Hey folks, I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll be playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, they know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step. Facing a closely ranked team, but with home court, they feel like they have the edge. So we're right around halfway through the season. Jack, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now, you want to win later, a combination of both. Does your analysis ever make changes out of the motion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system, you have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you. I understood it. I understood
All
it.
right.
You did?
Not really, but...
Me either. And now with the tip-off, coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the author of the 700-page book of basketball, a must-read, Bill Simmons.
It's great to be here, and everyone wants me to rewrite that book, but I don't have it in me. So much has changed in basketball over the last 9 years. I got to redo my Hall of Fame pyramid, but I can't sit down and do it, Kevin. I think it's going to last.
How long did it take you to write that book?
It was 3 years of my life, and I was younger. Now it would just be coffee all day, trying to stay awake for it.
About a New York Times bestseller for multiple weeks.
It was number one.
Right,
Yeah, it was great.
absolutely.
And it taught me that I knew people love basketball, and I think we've seen this decade as basketball has just blossomed into something much bigger than I think it's ever been. I could tell with the book, people liked it.
A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with a win.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We've seen some evolving in his game.
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense now, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelik, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, good name drop too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try in this and that you're a matador. And I think that there's been a shaming element of his defense that's actually been successful for him. And I wish we'd had that in the 80s for Dominique Wilkins and some of these other guys. Maybe if we'd shamed Dominique Wilkins, maybe he would have played better defense.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. Now here's Conley. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Gordon. Harden inside the three-point line. And that one comes up a bit short. And the Rockets last season, first team to ever shoot more threes, Bill, than 2s.
Yeah, is that a good thing?
It's more interesting to watch. Percentages are a little
skewed. More interesting to watch if you're 7 years old or if you love basketball like us. I don't know.
It's
I
fun
still
to
love the
call.
back cut.
Yeah, I agree.
But this is the society we're in now, right?
Yeah.
Like people love home runs, they love three-pointers.
The big shots.
I will never in my life get used to watching guys on the 3-2 fast break go to the corners versus go to the basket.
And that's what Houston does.
And that's what Houston does, and mathematically it's the right move. But also kind of like layups sometimes.
You're a traditionalist.
I am. I like to straddle traditionalism versus the new math. I get the new math. I don't understand shooting 45 threes in a game. Just, what is that? It's just a new form of basketball, I guess.
Yeah.
Whenever a guy is open, Conley will find him. He has a talent for getting the ball to his guys quickly.
And here's Harden for three. Drops in the tray. Harden's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a three. He's got a pull-up hissy jumper, as he calls it. He can go in the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
And here is Gasol. James Harden getting it to go from deep. And Temple kicks to Jackson. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him, and Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense score I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get out of my way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Bill, the way that super teams are being put together right now, good or bad for the league?
I'm confused. I have been watching this league since I was a kid. We've always had super teams. There's never been an era where we didn't. What do people think the Jordan era Bulls were? What do they think the Shaq, Kobe Lakers were? This is how the league is. I think what bothers people this time around specifically is that the Warriors won 73 games and they added Kevin Durant. Now, I get it. I get why it bothers people. On the other hand, your job as a franchise is to tilt the competitive advantage in any way you can toward your favor. They did a great job building their team. They did a great job building enough cap space for this year that everybody knew was coming. The summer of 2016, we knew the cap was going to jump. And they played it perfectly, and they got Kevin Durant out of it. He played it perfectly, too. He was on a team. He wasn't going to win the title in OKC. He wasn't going to win the title playing with Westbrook. Not to sound like a Durant apologist, but he wants to win a title and beat LeBron James. If you're going to do that, you're going to try to get on the best possible team you can.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Conley kicks to Anderson. Over Green. And it falls over the rim and in. Anderson's got 6 points.
I like the mid-range area for Anderson because of his size and because he makes good decisions with the ball in his hands.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the pennant area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Mike Conley, one of the best players never to play in an All-Star game, and he says he's tired of the underrated label.
The underrated Mike Conley thing has been out the window for me for a while, and it's gotten a little frustrating because I felt like I've been deserving of it over the years, but it's so hard to crack that spot in the Western Conference, and I'm going to keep working, and hopefully this will be the year.
And as he said, in the West, so many great gone.
Rockets.
And he's been a part of some winning teams, certainly. Has been in the conversation. He'll just have to be content with that max contract.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And looking at what we've seen for the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Rockets, Rivers out there with Michael Carter-Williams. Then there's Nene, and it's Clark in at the 3 spot. Carter-Williams with it. There's the pass to Clark. That's tipped. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Nene. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Hey, Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess
well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in.
All right, we'll put him in there. I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like, I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title
with no superstar.
Right, and you saw, in 06, the Pistons. Remember, they were on pace to win 70 games. They had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at the 17 class, Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo. And I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be all-stars too.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And that one falls for Brooks. Houston making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. And so he hits both. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Rivers against Brooks. Passes it to Clark. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Clark's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
Matt, good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
A minute 42 left in the first half of basketball. Green against Gordon. Back to Carter-Williams. Over Matt. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut to just 1 in the basket from Carter-Williams.
A big-time talent who's been traded several times. Michael Carter-Williams trying to develop a consistent jumper.
Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. And Smitty, so great to have Bill with us, a guy who's ahead of the curve creatively.
Kevin, he was a pioneer in blogging, Emmy nominated for his work on documentaries. The guy never stops thinking of new ways to produce content.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Al Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it, guys.
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Brooks. He's guarded by Rivers. Brooks, the pass to Matt. Shoots over Carter Williams. Can't hit the free throw line jump. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Memphis out in front, leading by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. Kenny, what do you think about the Grizzlies?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. That's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game, great performance by Kyle Anderson.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Grizzlies. 3-point lead. Well, Smitty usually careful with the basketball. The Grizzlies turned it over quite a bit last season.
Yeah, after years of playing methodical ball, they tried to open up the offense, but their starting point guard played in only 12 games. They really need Mike Conley, and no one stepped up in his absence.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Jackson down low with Gasol. Conley out there with Garrett Temple. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. Green dishes to Harden. Off target with his 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. There's the triple. Conley's shot is off. Harden against Conley. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Harden kicks to Capella. Here's Tucker. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Tucker's got his second bucket tonight.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Capella against Gasol. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Gasol. Conley's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies. They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The 3 from Harden connects from 3-point range. Harden's got 9.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that 3-point shot is a primary weapon.
Gasol finds Anderson. Gasol against Capella. Puts one up from 19. Gasol, no good.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
Green passes to Harden. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. You often hear great players say, I want to be the leader of this team. Smitty, is every great player actually cut out? Are they wired enough to be a leader and play that role?
No, not at all. You have some fantastic, phenomenal players, talent-wise, but just not their role to be a leader. And then I think when you hear guys say they want to be a leader, 9 times out of 10, that's the guy that's not the leader. Because the leader usually just evolves, but when you start saying you want to be, you're probably not. You're going to lead by example, and then a lot of the guys, obviously, some of the best, they can take it to the vocal part, but you can't ask to be a leader. It just happens.
Needs to happen organically, doesn't it?
Yes, it is.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And it's Rivers in for Eric Gordon. And Jackson with the block. They get the rebound. And Tucker takes to Rivers. Harden surveying the D. Back to Rivers. The Rockets again can't hit. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. On the wing, Green. Over Caspi. Another miss by Houston. Memphis trailing here. Brooks finds Caspi. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Gasol's got his second bucket of the game to go. Rockets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Harden outside. Offline with his 3. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here is Caspi, guarded by Green. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Carter Williams in for Rivers. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Green comes in for Jackson. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Mike Conley. Now here's Matt. Carter Williams covering. 6 to shoot. No good from Caspi.
That's one of those where you think you've got it, you relax for just a second, and then you're kicking yourself.
Outside, Green. Knocked away. 6-second difference between shot and gameplay. Harden against Brooks. Pass to Matt. Kicks to Gasol. Puts one up from 19. The Grizzlies with another miss. Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. Here's Harden. True on the 14-footer. Harden's got 14 points.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some big.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Rockets lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter of what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Nene, Harden out there with Carter Williams. Then there's Gerald Green, and it's Clark in at the 4. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. From deep, Harden. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And good that time. Max got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Grizzlies. Carter Williams kicks to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Off target with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Grizzlies also making a change. Temple's checked in. Here is Harden. Now here's Gordon. He kicks to Green. Benet finds Gordon. On its way from Clark for 2. And good. He nails it. And the Rockets lead by 1.
And in a game this tight, a few plays either way can start to turn the tide.
Both teams, they're trying to spark a run, but with the talent in these lineups, it's hard for either side to break away.
Shoots from 12. Gasol, no good. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Gordon. Defense is right there. Clark, the pass to Green. And it's off from 3-point range.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Jermichael Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
Some changes for Memphis. Jackson, he's checked in for Green. Kyle Anderson comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Mike Conley in for Sheldon Mack. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Back to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give it an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
Here's Harden, and that one comes up a bit short. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. For Houston, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6, and the shot goes down. You guys here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Gasol gets to Conley. Off target from 3-point range. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And Jackson with the block. And he recovers it. And Harden kicks it to go in on the assist by Gordon. 17 points for James Harden.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Conley against Harden. Conley kicks to Jackson. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound in this one. Conley against Harden. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 6-point Houston lead.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They trail by 6. 1:16 left here in the fourth quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out. And they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
Conley against Harden. Pass to Temple. To the paint. Here's Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Gasol demands the ball when his team needs an important basket. Just remarkable initiative on his part.
Here's Harden. Count that bucket.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
And the pass to Jackson. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
And he commits the intentional foul. Here is Harden. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Green kicks to Harden. Harden draws the double and out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 4. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Gasol kicks to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Conley's shot is off. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. 4-point game. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Nice job at the line to expand the lead.
And this is not a time to be patient with the basketball.
Yeah, for sure. They need a quick score and a foul just to have a chance.
Temple can't get it to go. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. We both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Brooks outside. Green left side. Here's Selden. Frames it from downtown.
You know, reading the floor and making the right play. Mike Conley is a true point guard.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on. But let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. We're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.